Education is an admirable thing. But it is well to remember, from time to time, that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. I am not young enough to know everything. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. Live. Live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. I can resist anything except temptation. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. I have the simplest tastes. I am always satisfied with the best. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple. And the simple thing is the right thing. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot. In your soul are infinitely precious things that cannot be taken from you. A pessimist is somebody who complains about the noise when opportunity knocks. In this world, there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. Who, being loved, is poor? Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. The consciousness of loving and being loved brings a warmth and a richness to life that nothing else can bring. The most terrible thing about it is not that it breaks one's heart. Hearts are made to be broken, but that it turns one's heart to stone. Some things are more precious because they don't last long. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. You don't love someone for their looks, or their clothes, or for their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does, and that is his. They've promised that dreams can come true, but forgot to mention that nightmares are dreams too. It takes great deal of courage to see the world in all its tainted glory, and still to love it. No man is rich enough to buy back his past. The aim of life is self-development. To realize one's nature perfectly. That is what each of us is here for. Paradoxically, though it may seem, it is nonetheless true that life imitates art far more than art imitates life. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. To define is to limit. There is no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. Books are well written or badly written. That is all. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives, a mimicry. Their passions, a quotation. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving one's self. And one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. A good friend will always stab you in the front. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. Behind every exquisite thing that existed, there was something tragic. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating. People who know absolutely everything, and people who know absolutely nothing. Nowadays, people know the price of everything, and the value of nothing.